Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we talk about all things financial literacy. And today we're talking about DC Federal Credit Union once again. I just did a video talking about everything on this credit union. I also just released a compilation of 6 credit unions that I would consider better than Navy Federal, simply based on the fact that not everyone can become a member of Navy Federal. And for those other credit unions, it's an opportunity for a lot of people to be able to join, get great rates, and to be able to actually get the benefits of what credit unions can offer. So that was the, premise of that video there. Now, for this particular video that we're looking at, we're talking about DCU's personal loans. Now, I have not had DCU for a very long time. I've only been a member with this credit union of maybe like 2 weeks. And I had already gotten a pre-approved offer for a personal loan. And I thought that was very interesting. And I'll also be doing a video on the credit card. I was approved for both with DCU, and I'm going to give you data points on this experience. I'm also going to show you how everything worked out for me. And then I also want to make sure that you guys have an idea of what you can expect when you actually apply for a personal loan with DCU. So without further ado, let's get started. So to begin, I would like to get right into the data points. And this is going to be similar to what you saw in my previous video. However, we're going to be going over a few separate details when it comes to DCU's personal loans. Now, the hard pull was from Equifax. It was Equifax, I believe, FICO 5. It was not Experian. Now, there is a few different soft pulls, but I'm not really sure if the soft pulls only come after a certain period of time. Like, for example, you can get a free FICO score with DCU. My FICO score had not generated yet. So I believe maybe because of that, I did not get a soft pull, but it was a hard pull from Equifax. So for those of you who are not really using Equifax right now, or you have a strong Equifax score, this might really come in handy for you. Now, again, pre-approved, still got a hard inquiry. So you want to keep that in mind. My credit score at the time on Equifax, I'm trying to recall, it's like a 748, somewhere around that range. But I would say that you can have a credit score as low as a 640 plus in order to get this, with utilization below 10% when it comes to your credit cards. And there's another data point that I'm going to go over in a second about installment loans. Now, your credit age should be 2 years or more, and their personal loans, I believe, go up to $50,000. Now, this can be bad credit friendly, and you can get secured credit cards and secured loan options. They do have a product that's similar to a pledge loan. I actually would suggest getting that particular product if you don't get approved for the personal loan. That way you can build a relationship, and it will definitely increase your chances of getting approved for that personal loan in maybe like a 6 to 12 month time frame. Direct deposit is also recommended. Now let's get back to these specific data points when it comes to personal loans. Now, I did get the pre-approval for $10,000. However, I did request $20,000 for the personal loan side. Now, when I did that, it did take a few days for DCU to get back to me. Now, with my particular Equifax profile, whenever I do anything, I have a problem with identification. So they always send me a letter in the mail, and then I have to call DCU. So if this happens to you and you don't get a decision that's instant, they will send you a FedEx overnight delivery, which will be a letter that'll have a reference number and a code. You're going to call the number, give that reference information and that code to the customer service rep. I mean, they answer right away. It was pretty straightforward. And then they will let you know what you are approved for. Now, when it came to this loan, they were able to approve me within I want to say, they clicked, the representative clicked over. They approved me within 5 minutes, but they weren't able to give me the $20,000. They gave me an alternative offer of $12,500, which was fine. I wasn't really upset about it because I didn't think I would actually use the loan whatsoever. And I still have the option of using it, but I did not pull the trigger on it just because it was only $12,500. I'm going to go over the interest rate and everything with you at the end. And I didn't know if it was competitive enough to make sense for me to use it or if I even wanted it to begin with. So Since I was approved and they gave me some data points and let me know why I was only approved for $12,500 instead of the $20,000. They actually looked at my credit profile, manually take a look, like they looked at it and we talked about it. And they said, hey, we're looking at your credit profile now. You don't have any personal loans that you've, used in the past that exceeded, a certain amount of money. As you know, most of my personal loans, if you guys have kept up with my channel, have been with Ava and some of the credit builders. I don't really have just a personal loan that I got from a bank or credit union. And they said, based on the small amounts that you've handled in the past, this is what we're comfortable with giving you. So they weren't comfortable with giving me $20,000 because of the small personal loans, but they were comfortable with giving me $12,500. So I said that makes a lot of sense. I've done underwriting. That makes perfect sense when you're looking at a credit report. So for those of you who are interested in getting a personal loan with DCU, just know that on your credit profile, they are going to want to see that you've handled large amounts of debt, and not just any kind of debt, not auto loans, not credit cards. They're going to base this off of your installment loans or personal loans that you've had. So I guess I would say, like, for example, one way that you can try to, let's say, like, manipulate this would be a pledge loan or a secured loan where you could do large amounts. They might look at that large amount that you were given and they might give you a slightly higher amount than what you've handled in the past. So if you have a personal loan with a bigger amount, from what I'm getting from them, they're more than likely to approve you for a bigger personal loan. They want to see that you can handle that if you've handled that in the past. So I've even thought about maybe even keeping this personal loan just to take the money and pay it off, just so I can just show that I've handled this much on a personal loan. So that was an option too. Like, I may treat it just like kind of like a secured loan where I take the money, I pay back 98% of it. They'll make a little small interest amount, and then I can just let the rest just pay off and let my, credit score improve by just having it report on-time payments. And it only costs me whatever little small interest is left on that little tiny balance that I might leave over. So that is something that I've considered doing just to help with my credit score overall, but I haven't pulled the trigger on it. So with all that being said, that's a lot of information that we've had here to consider. Let me take you to the website. I'm going to log into my DCU account so you can see what that looks like and exactly how it looks when you go to apply for this particular loan. Currently, we are on the DCU website. I just logged in. I haven't done anything additional to this account. I've just deposited whatever the requirement was to open the account. That was all that I did. And other than that, the pre-approval offer, it looks like it's gone now, but there was an offer here that was pre-approved. You might see it on the offers tab, but I think that this should be yellow and it shouldn't say apply now, but it should say pre-approved. Let's actually just go to the personal loan and then we'll take a look at what that looks like. All right, so this is kind of what I got originally. It's a little bit different, but it says see your personalized borrowing opportunities. It has insurance savings, current debt refinancing, and new loans, and then see if you have if you're already pre-qualified. So you guys could also click on this option to see if you're already pre-qualified, and then get a new loan. So you can click on here for a personal loan, and it says you can apply for these loans right now, and it gives me the APR of 12.49%. Depending on when you watch this video, it may be a lot lower, and it also depends on your credit profile. So know that you may be able to get a lower rate than what's listed right here. Don't take this as being the end all be all for you. And this is what they give you. You type in the loan amount. So let's just say I wanted to do 25,000, and then you would type in the loan term. You would then submit the application, and then it would tell you what your monthly payment would be based off of the interest rate. Now, for now, I am not going to submit this because it can result in a hard inquiry, and I do not want that again on my credit profile. I have to just remove the other two. So with that being said, it's that simple, and it's very, very quick. I'm going to show you exactly all of the emails that I got and how fast I was actually able to get approved for this personal loan. Now, I've gone over to my Gmail account right now. It's actually showing this was 3 days ago. So 3 days ago, I contacted DCU. Remember, for my credit profile, whatever reason, they had to send me a letter. If not, I think I would have gotten approved within like 24 hours. But they sent me a letter. I called them and then they let me know that they couldn't do what I requested, right? So, hi, Steven. After careful review of your personal loan application and based on the information you provided, we are unable to offer you credit for the amount that you requested. However, we can offer you a loan in the amount of $12,500. Now, here's the other thing. To finalize your application for the amount listed above, please provide the following required documents for verification by clicking here. The only document they requested was one paycheck stub, your one most recent paycheck stub. That's all that they requested. So yes, they will need documentation, but they gave me the application number. They gave me the rate, which wasn't 12.49%. It was 12.99. But I do believe if you sign up for their automatic payments for your loan, they give you a discount on that. And that's what brings it down to 12.49%. Again, this is subject to change at the time that you're watching and based off of your credit worthiness. Now, the term was 60 months. The estimated monthly payment was $284.26. And yeah, there's the initial application date. So December 16th, 2024. All in all, it only took around 3 days for this whole thing to play out. And that's with getting a letter in the mail. For anyone else where they don't have to wait for something in the mail, I would think this might only take you like a day or so to finish this and to get approved. And it shouldn't be that difficult. Now, with everything being stated here, besides having to, a paycheck stub shouldn't be a big deal. At the very least, you should be able to submit a pay stub. They're going to review it, and from then they'll approve it. I did call and ask them what were the following steps just to gather all the information, but I wasn't going to actually submit that pay stub because then I would have agreed to it and then I would have gotten this loan. Now, I don't know how much time that I have. If I have any other information, check the description. If I decide to get this loan, check the description. I might update it there and tell you, what happened after I accepted it. But as of right now, I do not plan on keeping this loan. I don't need it, and it isn't something that I think, I'm looking for at this time. The interest rate to me is fairly high. I could wait for interest rates to be lower or to get approved for a higher amount, at a later time. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate you guys giving me this support. If you want more information about DCU, I'm going to link 2 videos at the end here. The first one is going to be the everything about DCU, how to become a member, all the requirements, where they pull from, etc. If you want to learn more about this credit union to become a member and to qualify for their products and services, I highly recommend that you watch that video. If you are currently a member of DCU and you do have some products with them, please leave your data points in the comments. I will greatly appreciate that. And anyone else that's watching this video would love to hear that information as well. Please keep sharing. I love it when you guys do that. It just helps the community and helps everyone get more information in order to qualify and also receive these products and these services. Now, with that being said, I did mention one thing on here that may have sparked some curiosity in a few of you. I mentioned that, I'm sorry, I make so many videos. If I did not mention it, I just want to clarify. I am self-employed. When I did the application, of course, they pulled my source of income from my employer. That's going to be me. I am my own employer. I am an employee of my company. I have a corporation. I also signed up for ADP to provide myself with paycheck stubs. So I did want to mention that I can, of course, create my own paycheck stubs to show that I make whatever it is that I need to show that I make. And that would have been the only thing I would have needed to upload in order to be able to qualify for this particular loan. Now, if you want to learn more about how you can also be your own employer if you have a business and how you can qualify for loans like this without having to submit documentation that you may not be able to provide, then I'm going to link that video here at the end too. I suggest watching that. It's going to show you how you can start your business, how you can pay yourself as an employee of your company, and how you can receive paycheck stubs and W-2s at the end of the year. So that whole no documentation thing should not be a problem for you, even if you're self-employed or you are a business owner. So I highly suggest watching that video as well. It's very detailed and very thorough. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and you have a wonderful day.